You're thinking, that doesn't look like a tattoo, that looks like a bunch of bruises. Let me explain. I've seriously never gotten emotional talking about this story, but I guess it's what's coming up today. So I wanted to get a rose tattoo in honor of my dad who had passed away. Never worked with him before, just kind of found him on Instagram and seemed like a good enough fit. And I went and met with the tattoo artist and actually showed him a picture of a tattoo that he did that I really liked. The original tattoo we were talking about was like this big. The actual sketch that he made was like 4 or 5 times that, and it wrapped around my arm. Oh, actually that's like a lot bigger than I was expecting. I thought it was going to be a lot smaller. Not to mention the design was just totally different than what we talked about. So he yelled at me in front of the rest of the tattoo place with the kind of detail that you're looking for, not an effing chance. There was something in my heart and my stomach that was like, Katie, leave right now. Like, you don't have to go through this.
And Katie's instincts were right, because the story only gets worse from here.
You're here, you've made this appointment, you don't want to waste his time, you don't want to upset him, you don't want to be rude. Like, just go through with it. He was able to make it a little bit smaller so that it didn't wrap around my whole arm, but it was still very large. This tattoo. You're thinking, that doesn't look like a tattoo, that looks like a bunch of bruises. Let me explain. I spent the last 4 years trying to get it removed. It just looks like this huge blob of black ink. Like, you can't even tell what the leaves are, what the flowers are. As he's tattooing me, he's like, oh, I've changed the direction of like the style that I'm doing, but you're gonna love it. Like, this is halfway through the tattoo, he tells me this. I was mortified. I immediately knew I hated it. But little 25-year-old me didn't want to be rude, so I was like, oh my gosh, thank you so much, I love it. You were right to change the direction halfway through the tattoo. Thank you so much. I tried to convince myself for like 3 months that it wasn't as bad as it was. No, I freaking hated it. I'm wearing long sleeves because I'm embarrassed of it, even when it's like really hot outside. And as you can see, like, it's still not gone. This is 4 years later. I think part of why I got emotional was like, I just feel for that girl, you know, who was standing there, didn't know what to do, and just kind of like talked herself out of going with her gut. If 29-year-old me had been with 25-year-old me in that moment, that dude would have gotten an earful from me.
Katie is now warning people about her experience and giving advice on how to avoid her terrible situation.
Nothing like that would ever happen to me today. I would never let anyone treat me that way. If I ever felt uncomfortable in a situation like that, I would leave immediately. I just did not have the strength to do that back then, all because I didn't want to be rude. I'm giving you permission to be rude. I'm giving you permission to walk away with 0 explanation. You do not owe anyone anything, especially people who are going to treat you like that. And just in case this video ever finds you, you know who you are. Screw you, dude.
What a heartbreaking story. It really shows that you need to be confident in what you want and make it clear when you're not happy. I think we can all take some advice from 29-year-old Katie here, but let's see what her commenters thought about this. One commenter said, "People pleasing is so dangerous, honestly. Sorry that happened to you." And we couldn't agree more. Another comment wrote, "This is why I insisted on going with my daughter for her first tattoo, because I wanted to advocate for her if need be. I think this is a great idea. If you're not too confident, bring someone who is to back you up." And finally, one person left a message saying, "As a tattooer, I am so sorry this happened to you. I couldn't imagine putting my clients through this. Artists should always listen to their clients. We hope this story makes you think twice about who you trust for your next tattoo, and always use someone with a positive recommendation from a friend. What's your worst tattoo and the story behind it? Let us know in the comments below. And if you like this video, then be sure to follow our other social pages for more content like this. And if you have any of your own videos you'd like to share, be sure to send them in. As always, thanks for watching Happiest.